One of our most active groups, churches, is also one of our newest, and that is New Life Adventist Fellowship in Fife. I heard one member here. Are there others? I'm sure there are. All right. And Pastor Gail Lasher has been leading New Life.
Good morning. Happy Sabbath. It's great to see you. I want to make a public service announcement just before I do this. I want to say thank you to all of you out there who were so gracious and guest services yesterday. When we start a day late, we have everyone comes at the same time to do the same thing in the same office. And I want to thank you for being patient as we work to be your servants. I know you had some waits, and I just want to say thank you. We appreciate how patient that you were, and glad that you are here. I like giving. This little book is really a wonderful book. If you have a time this week at 2:30, I'll be talking about this. I've got a little class I get to do, I Like Giving, that's going to be at 2:30 in the ad building, room 13. If you can be there, that would be kind of fun and exciting. We took this seriously. We decided to do an I Like Giving series, and it started with 3, and then it was 4, and then it was 6, then it was 8. Different opportunities that we took to talk about how to live a generous life. And a lot of people will think in stewardships it's about your money and what you do with your money, and money's pretty personal, and our wallets get pretty tight when we start talking to people about our money, or someone talks to me about my money, what I'm supposed to do with it. I can't bring beer to church. Are you serious? No, I can't bring beer to church. I said, you bring it to church, and you bring it this week. So she comes in. I said, why don't you tell the testimony? So she comes in, and she said, it's in the car. I said, bring it in the church. So they come in, and it's time they come up to tell their testimony, and they have this paper bag, and I'm thinking, no, take it out of the bag. No, I can't have beer at church. And I said, so they came up and they're telling the story, and John, he said, yeah, I got kind of it, he gave me a can of beer. So I take the bag, and I took the can of beer out, and I said, this is amazing. What if you became such a friend with more people, you could actually, I said, the guy's name's Geronimo. I said, you need to write Geronimo on the can. This is Geronimo's gift. You see, AC went to bless someone, and AC and John were blessed by them. With a coat because AC was cold, and a can of beer because John was a friend. I Like Giving is living a generous life. And sometimes it includes your wallet. We gave a tithe challenge at the end of this series on I Like Giving. We gave a tithe challenge, and the tithe challenge was, I challenge you, if you aren't giving a tithe to begin, and if you can't give a full tithe, give $10, give $20, give whatever you can to start. And if you haven't found yourself getting to the place of a full tithe, I challenge you to go to the place of a full tithe. And if you are tithing a full tithe, I challenge you to give offering greater than you have. I had some families that took us up on that challenge. I said, if you do this for 90 days, you give over what you've ever done, or begin for 90 days, and if at the end of 90 days you have not been blessed somehow, and it might not be money, we will refund your tithe. You think that's funny? I'm serious. And we had some folks take us up on that. I had a family come to me and they said, Pastor Gail, we've been given a faithful tithe. We're going to increase, and we quite frankly can't afford to give the tithe, but we do because God says give it. And I don't know, somehow it always works out. We have food in the cupboard, got a roof over our head. They said, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to give 15%, okay? We're going to go from 10 to 15. I can't pay that. We don't have the money. I said, all right. In 3 weeks, I got a text. Pastor Gail, I can't wait till the 90 days are up so we can start telling stories. This is amazing. what is happening in our lives. And then about 6 weeks in, I heard, I had no idea how God was going to bless us. I really thought he was just going to like drop checks in the mail and we'd have it all covered, you know. I didn't know he meant I'd work 65 hours a week. I said, hallelujah for work God gave you. I want to encourage you today. Jesus has something so amazing for us. Isaiah 58, I just did a recent study on that. It was actually kind of impromptu. Isaiah 58, where we talk about, keep the Sabbath day holy and make it a delight and don't do your own pleasure. All of that. I want to read just a teeny bit of this to you. Isaiah 58. It starts with, if you read the whole chapter, it starts with those who go to church. Please don't be offended yet, because I don't want to offend you. Those who are going to church who feel that that's what's important. Going to church. And there's a response. Oh, wait, the fasting that you're doing, that's not what I asked you to do. The fast of the Lord is to help others. Feed, visit, serve. And when it gets to the verse that says, keep the Sabbath day holy, it says, don't pursue your own interests on that day, but enjoy the Sabbath and speak of it with delight as the Lord's holy day. Honor the Sabbath in everything you do on that day. And don't follow your own desires or talk idly. And on February 14th, we did a really fun thing. We decided that Sabbath morning we were going to go out in our community. How could we serve our community? John and AC, they were great. They brought 85 bags of lunches, and all the sandwiches were cut in the shape of a heart. It was Valentine's Day. So we said, everybody went out. We had like 30 people went out. It was great. Go somewhere. Go to a coffee shop. Go walk down the sidewalk. Go to the restaurant and sit down and see who is there. And watch the people. And begin to pray over the people in your community. You're not going out with tracts, and you're not going out to do any of that. What you're going out to do is find who is in your community. Discover who they are and have them know who you are, and begin to pray over them. As a result, we have gotten into a relationship with the city of Fife that is so amazing. Participating in their Parks Appreciation Day, being the only ones that were there. Being participants in their community garden, where we went out and we got the whole community, the entire community garden ready for the community to come in and be able to grow their own food and have a place that they can serve. And the city of Fife now talks about those people in blue. We have blue t-shirts and hoodies that say New Life Adventist Ministry and Galatians 6:2, bear one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. Those people in blue, they just show up. All these cars, they just show up, and all these blue shirted people, they come out, and they're part of our community, and they care what matters here. And I'm so really excited and proud of the folks that I get to work alongside at New Life Adventist Ministry, who are serious in investing in people's lives and being their friends. We have some real great opportunities. If you ever have an opportunity, read the book Dirty Faith. Dirty Faith talks about getting dirty. Sharing our faith is not clean, it is not sterile, it's dirty. Because the people Jesus invites us to go know and be friends with and sit down with and wear the dirty coat from are dirty. And they want to be clean. Wally, a homeless man, I'm about done, Bruce. Wally, 10:15, it just went 17. But I got up late, too. I'm almost done. Wally, I think some of you know, we talked about him. Wally was a man who lived on the street. He was 58 when we met him. He spent 29 years of his life incarcerated, starting at the age of 11. He died almost with me at the age of 61. Wally was dirty. He was filthy. He lived on the street. He was the heroin addict. He was the guy that slept on the cardboard under a semi-trailer. He was dirty. He was the guy that in the winter in Wenatchee, your nose runs because it's 10 degrees or below. And you have a big bushy mustache, and so you have snot sickles that are hanging off your face. Well, he was dirty. He stunk. He was drunk. I do believe I've cried more tears with that man as I held him and I loved him. I got to do his funeral. It was really cool. It was on my birthday. He was dirty. And we got into a house, an apartment. I swear he took 10 showers a day so he could be clean. But when he met Jesus, he knew he was clean because his heart wasn't dirty anymore. People want to have a friend. So I ask you, and I like giving, to invest in people's lives. No matter what the result is, just be a friend.